Hello, my name is Jason Matzke, and in this presentation we will be talking about the freedom of speech, internet regulation, and privacy. The American system of government is built upon protecting a citizen's rights and freedom documented in the Bill of Rights. One such freedom is the freedom of speech. What exactly is freedom of speech, and how free can one be with it? To what extent does our freedom of speech go to, and what are its limits? Freedom does not consider the imposing of someone else's freedom. Basically, we all have the right to freedom of speech, but we're not allowed to use that right to inhibit another person. The legal definition of freedom of speech states that it is the right guaranteed by the First Amendment to the U.S. Constitution to express beliefs and ideas without unwarranted government restriction. In other words, individuals may express their ideals and beliefs without the government condemning them. Why is this important? The significance of having the freedom of speech means that people don't have to fight or argue their beliefs to other people. No one must justify themselves or convert others or themselves to different ideologies. People are free to believe what they want to believe. This also means people are free to voice their opinions on matters without the fear of being persecuted by others. However, there is a limit on how far one can go. And that is where things can get a little gray, and it is hard to guarantee a person's right of expression. Freedom of speech includes the right not to speak, or specifically the right not to salute the flag. It also includes the right of students to wear black armbands to school to protest a war. It includes the right to use certain offensive words and phrases to convey political messages. It also includes the right to contribute money to political campaigns, or to advertise commercial products and professional services. Basically, these people can fight for what they believe in without fear of getting into trouble with the law. One thing each of these rights have in common with each other is that they're all non-confrontational. However, rights that are not included in the freedom of speech are the right to incite action that would harm others, like shouting fire in a crowded area. The freedom of speech does not include the right to make or distribute obscene material. The freedom of speech does not include the right to burn draft cards as an anti-war protest. The freedom of speech does not include the right of students to make an obscene speech at a school-sponsored event, or advocating illegal drug use at a school-sponsored event. Freedom of speech is a right entailed to every citizen, and it allows people to voice their own opinions and beliefs. However, that right will be taken away when it is used to harm others or promote unethical materials in certain environments. It is the government's job to regulate the citizens' use of their freedom of speech. However, this type of social expression is not the only thing the government tries to regulate within the citizens. The government tries its best and has made several attempts to control what goes on around the internet. However, the internet is an ever-growing and evolving entity. It has become so big that it is to the point that it has become very difficult to regulate what is being circulated. Several laws have been enacted in order to try to regulate the internet, but they failed. And these acts include the Communications Decency Act of 1996, Child Online Protection Act of 1998, the Leading Online Predators Act of 2006, and Cybersecurity Act of 2009. Antitrust laws were put into place to protect trade and commerce from abusive practices, such as price fixing, restraints, price discrimination, and monopolization. These antitrust laws are what helps net neutrality and makes the content across the internet equal for everyone, without having to add premium services to unlock certain content. When discussing the regulation of the internet, net neutrality is a topic that often comes up. First, what is net neutrality? Well, net neutrality is defined as the principle that ISPs should treat all content on the internet equally, without giving special treatment to specific sites or services. The concept of net neutrality is that everyone has free and equal access to the same amount of content. Arguments for net neutrality follow the lines that everyone should have equal access of the content, regardless of your positions,
because not everyone has the same kind of opportunities to access special content if it was there. This would also in turn save money for the average citizen and make it easier to regulate who has access to what content, since everyone is equal. However, arguments against net neutrality would fall along the line of business and companies wanting to make more money by incorporating a premium service to expand a specific type of content or agenda. Internet service providers are a business, so of course they would want to make money. Because of this, they would most likely be against net neutrality, so they can implement special services to charge their customers more.
Our next topic is privacy, and why is privacy so important? Privacy puts a limit on government power. It's also about respecting individuals. Privacy also enables people to manage their reputation. People establish boundaries from others in society. In relationships, whether personal, professional, governmental, or commercial, we depend upon trusting the other party. Another reason why privacy is important is because personal data is essential on so many decisions made about us, from whether we get a loan, a license, or a job to our personal and professional reputations. Privacy is key to freedom of thought. Privacy also helps protect our ability to associate with other people and engage in political activity. Also, privacy is important because many people are not static. They change and grow throughout their lives. And the final reason is that by having privacy, people don't have to explain or justify themselves. Our rights to privacy stems from the Fourth Amendment, which states that we should feel secure in our homes. Also, when it comes to privacies between employers and employees, employees should be aware about their lack of privacy during work hours or when using the company's equipment, so it's fair game if they get caught doing something irresponsible with their equipment. In conclusion, privacy rights are crucial for everyone. It limits other people from having control over you, is a sign of respect and trust, and it gives us freedom to grow and think for ourselves. However, privacy is not available everywhere, and so it's important for people to remain cautious around themselves. And that's the end of the presentation. Thank you all very much for listening.